What's up, Courtney? Do comments help? They actually really do. They really do help. Especially ones that are not just like one word, but if they're like a sentence of things or even like a response to other people, they really help push into the algorithm. Comments are actually probably the best way to help push it out. The likes are helpful, but comments probably do it the most, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, comment a sentence, right? That definitely helps out. That definitely helps out. When do you graduate? I graduate here in about a month. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited. Less than a month until I am completely and utterly finished with all my classes. I just finished my second set of midterms. So I've got about just finals left over, really, and some leftover assignments, really, that I got to finish. And so I have like 2 presentations. So do you go to college? Yeah. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. If you do want to support me, as always, Venmo and Cash App is in the bio, everyone. I support I appreciate everyone who's supporting me. Thank you so much, everyone. I, for some reason, can't. Finish strong, Parker? Yes, I hope to finish strong. Are you on campus? I do not live on campus, but I live very close to campus. Ooh. Your Discord link is broken. You should be able to just click on it and you should be able to go in, or you can just copy the link. It should work. It works for most people. It might be a PC thing. I don't know. I'd have to go back into it. There's something that fixes it. I kind of forgot. You going for your masters? I don't think I am. That's request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Paste in browser always works on mobile for me. So yeah, do paste in browser and see if that works, everyone. Paste in browser, see if it works. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
31.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
No.
Oh, for sure. I am just looking for people who will vote for Trump in 2024, but I appreciate you coming up.
Oh, okay.
For sure. Only send a guest request, everyone, if you will vote for Trump in 2024. We just hit a restart on the live, everyone, to hopefully get some push, because this last one, we had like 53% following on this last live for today, which is really weird. I guess it happens sometimes after a few bans, but I was about to say the algorithm's all over the place. Yeah, we were literally 3.5, 3.7 earlier. You, what's up? How old are you?
68.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes, I've already sent my primary vote.
Angela, thank you for the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much. So why will you vote for Trump?
The opposite of what people usually are saying, that they despise Trump so bad they'll vote for Biden. I feel the opposite. Everything he does irritates me. And my main problem, because I'm Social Security age, I also work full time. Biden did nothing that he had said he was going to do as far as protecting Social Security.
So what do you mean? Wait, he's done so, whereas under Trump we saw decreases every year.
No.
Yeah, from the Republicans' budget.
We got our standard percent raise, and it's been locally, it's been in the paper a lot lately in the news, that there's a problem in Social Security where they're just holding funds. They did it to me 2 years in a row. And it takes 6 months for them to, when you do an appeal, they're supposed to stop right away and keep paying you your Social Security until they investigate. Well, the opposite happens. They just stop.
Hasn't Trump said that he wants to talk about cutting Social Security further?
Well, he clarified, because everybody was in arms when he said that he didn't say, he swears he didn't say he would cut it. He would cut out what is the waste in Social Security, which is basically the employees.
Okay. So employees to do what for Social Security?
Well, they're terrible. If you've ever tried to contact Social Security, I wrote to Biden just to see what would happen and gave him
So just gut the employees that work at the Social Security? That's all you're advocating for?
No, what Trump is saying is that he knows there's a problem in it. And just probably less than a week ago, it was all over the news that
How are they supposed to get
across
out the
board-
necessary payments for Social Security without employees?
No. They're not going to decrease them. They're going to clean it up. I mean, the federal
So
employees.
they're going to
are
clean it
horrible.
up. So they're going to pay the same amount for employees.
No, they're going to fire people that don't handle their job correctly.
Yeah, and how do
You
you
can call
determine?
their.
So they're going to reduce the size of the amount of people are in Social Security.
No, they won't reduce it. They'll replace
Oh,
the
so they'll
inept
fire and
ones.
replace.
Yes,
So then you're still
that's
going to be
what
spending.
he's saying. He intends.
Yeah, but he's
But
still going to
what
be he's
Biden-
still going to be spending the same amount of money because you fire people and then you hire people back. You're going to be spending the same amount of money employing those people.
If it costs more for the government to clean it up and get the right people in the positions, that's what they need to do. We can't go without our incomes for 6 months because
Wait, but what he
people.
was saying that there should be cuts though, right? That we need to talk
Well,
about there being cuts.
He swears he didn't mean that our checks would be cut. He swears he means he would get to the bottom of all the problems at Social Security. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but Biden has done nothing.
Yeah,
You know,
there have
you
been
said-
increases for Social Security and pushes for that as well.
I'm a recipient. I'm 68. I took early Social Security because I was a young widow. My husband died at 34. So, I've been working my whole life. I went for the early Social Security, and these last 3 years have been horrible. Every year, there's an error. a
Here, I
mistake.
have a question for this. Right? Can you name one policy that Trump influenced to get past the benefit of the middle class?
I think, well, I'm also a stockholder, and I think that it's not policy based, but I know
I
that
asked about the middle class.
all-
The middle class doesn't really hold stocks.
probably not.
Top
But
10%
I
owns
have to-
90% of stocks in America.
Probably he didn't, but how is that going to benefit me?
So
I
he
grew
never
up
did
poor.
anything to benefit the middle class. So why did he not do anything to benefit a majority of America? He literally took, like in his Tax Cut and Jobs Act, after tax income decreased for the middle class, decreased for the lowest quintile, and increased for the top 1%, the top 0.1%, and the highest quintile.
I believe that.
Yeah, so he took money from poor people and gave it to rich people.
Yes, he probably did do that. But what
Oh,
is
and this is the
Biden
guy you want to
doing
vote for?
better than Biden?
Better than, how is that better than
mean-
Biden? Not only is that, he's also a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster. He's been lying about the election for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that he won. He engaged in religious persecution. He argued specifically for the death penalty. He's continuing to argue for that when 4% of people in death row are innocent. He's argued and put multiple Supreme Court justices in office that overturned Roe versus Wade that led to 13-year-olds in this country being forced to go through pregnancies. There are plenty of things I could bring about Donald Trump specifically. Why do you want to vote for this guy?
Well, the abortion piece, I think that women should have the right to choose, but there's
We're not just talking about women. We're talking about little girls who have been raped, right? In states, they don't. In certain states, they don't allow for girls, right, to get access to these abortions when they've been raped as literal minors.
He just changed it, though. He's going to.
No, it's up to the states. He said he's not going to
intends
sign a federal abortion ban, but he's going to keep it up to the states, which gives the
Yes.
states the right to do these types of laws.
Right, but it's still an open door. If you're in Baltimore and it's allowed, and you're 2 states away and it's not allowed, then they will come to the state where it's legal. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's
but
better
again,
than it being,
what if a particular parents want the little girl to go through it after they've been raped, right? Then the kid's screwed. They have to go through that pregnancy.
I've seen the worst side of it. See, I'm an accountant, and I did work for years ago and as a consultant, and one of the places was Planned Parenthood, and I saw the horrible side of it. I live in Baltimore. Grew up all my life there.
Well, actually, Sharoni,
And
did you know that? I appreciate the cap. Thank you so much. Did you know that sometimes they're prosecuting people from going across state lines to get abortions now in some states?
no, I didn't know that. That's horrible. That was my little glimmer of hope there. If someone was stuck, they could go to another state. No, I didn't know that. But in Baltimore, it was used as birth control, and it's not healthy
I don't think it's
for
being used as
girls.
birth control.
I
I think that's
saw
incredibly
it.
expensive. Like, think about it this way: the average American
No,
is
it
living.
isn't.
Listen, the average American is living paycheck to paycheck. The average American cannot afford a random $400 expense. You think that the average American can
It's
afford to
not.
use abortion as birth control when they can't afford a random $400 expense?
It's 400 private pay as of 10 years ago. It was $160 welfare pay. Now, what those women that were
That's still
getting the free
extraordinarily expensive,
abortions,
especially for people who are on welfare.
no, it's free for those that qualify. The government will pay
No,
Planned
completely
Parenthood
false. The Hyde
$160
Amendment, no, the
instead of
Hyde Amendment
400.
does not allow for the government to pay for paid abortions.
Well, maybe not now, but as of like 8, 9 years
No,
ago, that's how it was going.
The Hyde Amendment existed at that time.
So you're saying that $160 abortion that the government pays to Planned Parenthood so that they can get that service for free, you're saying that doesn't exist?
Sorry, say
I
that one
mean, I
more time.
saw it. I was on that end of it as an accountant. Private pays paid 400 and some dollars, got the decent care and they were safe. The ones that got the free abortion, which they were only getting reimbursed from the government
So none of
$160,
this is
got
federal money.
in
The
and
Hyde
out.
Amendment has been there since 1977.
Then somebody sourced a free quote welfare type abortion where if someone
Not
had
from the
no
federal
funds to pay
government.
for, well, maybe not, but Planned Parenthood didn't mind doing that and
Planned
didn't mind
Parenthood
shuffling.
is not they're not using federal funds to do that.
Okay, so if they're using whatever funds, I guess my point is the difference between the poor little girl that has to come in there not knowing any better and get this cheaper version, 160 abortion, she's shuffled in and out in a few hours. Whereas the $400 one stays for several hours, a half a day, and she actually gets, seen by the doctor before and after,
Yeah,
follow
I'm
up.
just
She
not
gets
convinced that it's being used as birth control, right? And even if it was, right, I don't even see why it would be wrong in the first trimester. I just don't see it. Like, if someone wants to do that, why is that wrong?
it's not good for them.
Say
It's
that. Say
not
that's
healthy.
true. Wait, people
It's
eat
like
diets
having a
that. Wait,
DNC
listen,
overdose.
Sharoni. People eat diets, right, that are not healthy for them. People and drink, and it's not healthy for them, right? People do plenty of things that are not healthy for them, and we let them do it.
Yeah, I just see the crooked side of, this Planned Parenthood just in it for themselves. Just a profit deal, and I don't see the good care there, and I worry about the young girls, and it was mostly not white because that's where Baltimore City is more than diverse, and I just felt like they were getting taken advantage of. They should have spent the money on counseling and giving them other alternatives, giving them birth control, giving them a good idea that this is a DNC, and after 3 or 4 of these DNCs, you may not have children. You may have to have further medical problems because of it. I think it's horrible. Not that they shouldn't have the right. Like you're right. They should be able to do whatever, and I'm
Okay,
not
so
against.
then why do you think it's okay for Trump to put multiple Supreme Court justices in office that overturned Roe versus Wade that led to these 13-year-olds being forced to go through pregnancies? Because that's inevitable given this particular policy being left up to the states.
I think he put them in there just as Republicans. I don't think he played it out in his head that they're going to overturn versus Wade, because that really is put a damper. That hurt his votes I'm sure. The biggest thing he did to mess up his voting pool, that's why he's changed it now and tried to lessen it and say, let each state decide. I just think he was just trying to, fill it up with Republicans, didn't think too far down the line that this big, big thing is going to happen, and then women are not going to vote for him. He wouldn't do anything. I'm not saying he's a righteous man. I'm saying that he is better than Biden, because Biden is just
How do you feel about the fact that he's
irresponsible.
been held liable for sexual abuse?
For what kind of abuse?
Sexual abuse.
Oh, that I mean, I have personal experience with that, not with someone paying me and having a relationship with some and then claiming that they raped me. I've had a real experience from a total stranger. So I
What?
guess
Wait,
I'm not
are
a
you
sympathetic.
Eugene Carroll? What are you talking about? Pay for it? What?
Well, I think that it's too convenient that it all happened during, this reelection time. Everything gets brought back up. They're all
No. You said pay
every
her. Pay her. What do you mean?
well, at first it was she said it was she didn't ask for anything, but she was given money. I'm not talking about the
Are
hush
you
money. I'm
talking about
talking
Stormy
about the
Daniels?
relation. Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm
I'm
sorry.
not talking
Yes.
about Stormy Daniels.
Okay. Well,
I'm talking about Eugene Carroll, in which again he was held liable in a civil court for sexually abusing by a jury. A jury
why
indicated
now?
this.
Why now? Why?
Be-
Why did you?
There are plenty of people that don't come out for a very long time. There are plenty of reasons that could explain why she came out at this time. Do you think that because she didn't come out, it means it didn't happen?
No, I think she's doing it for money. I think a civil court. I mean, this civil suits is about money. Criminal.
Then how come they indicated there was evidence? They indicated there was sufficient evidence to ground sexual abuse. A jury did. So how could it just be for money, right? Then wouldn't there be so many people doing court
No,
cases like this specifically for money?
no. I mean,
No, because
because
they have
it's
to
a
get through they have to get through a court process. They have to have
what is
evidence.
the physical evidence?
There was
What
what do you
is
mean
it?
by physical evidence? There is defamation and sexual abuse charges, right? By physical evidence, are you saying like you need like a video to say that someone raped another person or a video to say that someone was sexually abused?
No, when this happens, female police
They use a
officer.
standard of
Exactly.
preponderance of the evidence, which means more likely than not Trump is a sexual abuser. Okay. He also said that the reason why he wouldn't have sexually abused Eugene Carroll is because she's quote unquote not his type. Okay. But then in a deposition, he mistook Eugene Carroll, the person he was proven to have sexually abused, with his ex-wife. So how can they look so similar that he's going to mistake her with his ex-wife? But it is the case at the same time that that she's quote unquote not his type, and that's why he wouldn't have abused her. It sounds like he's lying and manipulating you into believing he didn't do this horrendous action that he was held liable in a civil court for have been done. Appreciate the hearts. Thank you.
Well, I think the physical evidence is not real physical evidence. I mean, in a criminal trial,
There was a dress.
there's there was a dress that was tested.
Yeah, but Trump didn't submit his DNA in time for. I appreciate the hearts. Thank you so much. In order for it to be tested as his specifically or be submitted in.
I don't know. I guess I'm being selfish. I'm thinking of how things are going to affect me because I've already been poor. I grew up in Baltimore City. I grew up poor.
But you're
I
saying
had
that
to
she
make.
did this for money, right? But like you have no reason to believe that, and she got through the court system. And if it was just political bias, well, then how come it was sexual abuse that he was held liable for and not rape?
I guess they couldn't prove the grape. I mean, you
So,
would
but
have
they
to
did
have.
prove the sexual abuse. There you go. You just ran right into the point.
Yeah. But isn't the sexual abuse lesser if it has to be put in those terms, lesser than the grape?
Well, the judge actually said in a colloquial usage, he raped her, right? But under the legal definition, it wouldn't classify because the legal definition is extremely strict. But in colloquial usage, it's grape. That's what the judge said.
Oh,
And just because it's lesser in terms of the particular sentence doesn't mean it's not bad. Are you really taking sexual abuse, lightly? Because it's not as much of a backlash. There's not as much of a legal backlash for it.
well, I don't want to sound hard-hearted, but I mean, I guess I've just been through a lot myself. And this whole thing with the women coming forth, I just totally ignored that because I just didn't even want to hear it. That's just me as a old lady at this point and been through a lot myself. Maybe it's wrong. But what has I mean, Ridge, I know you don't like either one, but you're saying Biden's the lesser of the two evils. And so that's
Yeah.
where you're.
Yeah, because he's really bad. Not only is he a proven sexual abuser and a proven fraudster, he's been denying and undermining our American democracy. Okay, there was a very clear result in the 2020 election that he's still disagreeing with today, given sufficient evidence that he lost.
Yeah,
Do you believe he lost?
I do.
Then
But
why do you
then,
want to vote for a man that is consistently denying the results of a fair and democratic election?
but since this first happened, I thought if it is voter fraud and all this, how do we know it's not happened to the reverse of that in 16 when he was voted
Yeah,
in?
because there was actually a greater level of fraud in the 2016 election than the 2020 election. CISA.gov indicated this was the most secure election in recorded history.
Well, see, I didn't know that, but the thought came to my head, like, if this could happen now, how do we know it hadn't happened before? Then, I mean, we just don't know. I guess I didn't care about that either. I just,
Yeah, so if you think 2020 was stolen, then why wouldn't you think 2016 was? Because 2016 was less secure than 2020.
it's very possible. I guess I don't, my point is, I didn't care. I wanted him in, and, you know, I was financially better, and you better off. I know you hear that all day long, and you have the right answers for them when they say they're financially better off. You say how now and this, but my stocks were good. My
Yeah, but like, how do you know that's caused specifically by Trump or Biden, right? And if you can't demonstrate that, then why do you attribute it to him?
well, I also, because I hear you say that about unemployment was worse during his regime, but that was during COVID.
Regime is crazy. Unemployment is lower. Was lower under Donald Trump. I mean, not Donald Trump. Joe Biden at 3.4%. It was a 50-year low under Trump, and then it was an extended 50-year low under Biden. It's even lower. 3.5 under Trump. 3.4 under Biden. Appreciate the lovers glasses. Thank you so much. Trump ended his administration at like 6 something percent unemployment.
But
that's because
his
of COVID.
was affected by COVID, so that kind of throws the numbers off. I mean, you can't.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
think you can-
disputing that, but if you just take into account just correlations of things, then you wouldn't be able to say that he's not responsible for that. So it's either the case that you base it solely on correlation, which would then say that he's responsible for everything bad that happened in the economy during his administration, or you accept that you need to indicate particular variables that could have caused these events to occur, which would then mean that you don't have any reason to believe Biden is the cause of inflation. Cry laugh. Thank you so much for the hanging lights. Thank you so much.
Biden came through after our bridge was hit. Key Bridge, I live right here. And he made an appearance. His fuzzy little brain kind of said a bunch of incorrect statements with that. I'm sure you heard about that. He said he took the train over it many times and all this. There was never a train on it.
Appreciate
And
the
for
handouts.
that
Thank you
whole
so
day,
much. Trump fell asleep in court multiple times recently. Trump mistakes things and fucks it up all the time. I don't know why you're specifically only bringing this up, but like you'd ignore all the other scenarios where Trump specifically, like, also literally didn't have the ability to say these things.
I just think Biden irks me on every level. And when he came to Baltimore, he just,
And Trump doesn't. The fact that Trump doesn't irk you is kind of a wild thing.
why?
because
Why?
of all the things I've mentioned. What do you mean why after this conversation? How many things have I told you? You don't. The proven sexual abuse isn't enough. The proven fraud isn't enough. The election denial isn't enough. The restricting little girls' access to abortion isn't enough. The religious persecution of Muslims isn't enough. The saying he'll date a 10-year-old in 10 years isn't enough. The saying he'll walk into changing rooms of little girls in Miss Teen USA because he quote unquote owns the place isn't enough. The inciting of things on January 6th isn't enough. The stolen documents and willful retention of them isn't enough.
Well, if all the things are true that are said about Biden with I don't know if that's a word you say, but like PED stuff, if any of that's true, that's 10 times worse, is it not?
Do you
And
have
the
any
images
evidence?
of her-
Do you have any evidence of him being a P3DO? Because you're just making a
There's
claim. We have
images.
literally him held liable in civil court.
Biden, there's pictures of him like it's on a patio, and they say it's his place
Appreciate
in
it, Confetti. Thank
Delaware.
you so much. Can you just give me
And
this source, please?
It's probably Newsweek, because that's pretty much the
Tell me
only
the title.
time I look up. Oh,
I'll give you time to go find it if you'd like. Do you need
I don't
time to
think
go
I
find
could.
it?
But does that sound familiar to you? It's like a black and white image of a video. And then there's another one where
No, I don't know what it's about.
that it looks like, you know how when girls are trafficked, their arms are like held up in the air and all?
No.
It's an image like that. And then there's all those images of him smelling little girls and sniffing
Can you
hair.
show me all of these things?
Well, I could Google it. There's that crazy one where he's hugging Hillary Clinton, and he won't let go of her, and she's got that weird look on her face.
Oh my gosh, he literally hugged her for like 5 seconds. They hugged.
You know
They
what-
hugged while he was talking to her.
But you know that image,
And
right?
that's comparable to Trump engaging in sexual abuse. That's your view?
Well, it just lends to the whole thing of inappropriateness. And maybe that they can alter these.
And Trump isn't inappropriate? Are you kidding me? Any of the things? Did you hear any of the? Can you restate any of the things I said that Trump did were bad as it relates to the sexual context? Anything?
Yes, if the walking in the dressing rooms happened, yes.
The
that's
walking in
very
the changing rooms of little girls in
Yes.
Miss Teen USA. He said it was justified because he quote unquote owned the place. He literally said
the
to a
stuff-
10-year-old that he'll date her in 10 years. Do you want to hear the video?
Yes.
All right, for sure.
I've-
All right. Sorry, the video's loading right now. Give it 1 second.
Okay, I appreciate it.
In the meantime, everyone, do tap that screen. Do share the live as well, everyone. We're going to be on for an hour and 15 minutes or so. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, just letting everyone know. Sorry, I'm getting an ad right now. Do give it a second.
Okay.
Oh, I'm getting an ad. Give it a second. Do tap that screen, everyone. Keep it going. Also, you can comment in the comment section. If you say like a sentence or whatnot, it helps push out the live as well. I do appreciate everyone. Here, let me show you right here.
Entertainment Tonight, which is owned by CBS Television. In it, Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl. Let's listen to that.
Soon. Thursday night. You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Young comments about a young girl. Let's listen to that.
Soon. Thursday night. You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
So
And for
that's
people
like a
saying that it's a
10-year-old girl?
joke, that's not a joke you make.
No,
You
it
make a
is.
joke. You make a joke about dating a 10-year-old in 10 years. That's crazy. That's a crazy joke to make.
Unless he was
Like, do
mocking
you find that
himself
funny?
for
Anyone in the
going.
chat?
No, but I mean, inappropriate. Yeah. Gets back to I'm just worried about the war. I think we're safer with Trump than Biden in there. And mainly with my Social Security. I grew up, like I said, I've lived in Baltimore my whole life.
Wait, do you want to still
Democrat
vote for him
state.
after hearing that?
I could change my mind again. I could end up not voting for the first time in my life.
You should vote for
But
Biden, right? I know he's not a good person. I don't like him, but I think that you should vote for a better of the two candidates.
what about his staff around him? Are they better than the staff that will be
On
if
Trump's
if
side,
Trump?
yes, right? Because the one on Trump's side, the federal judges literally overturned Roe versus Wade, right? There were more indictments under Trump's administration than any administration in recorded history, even including Nixon.
Well, I know I don't like who he released from the ones he chose to pardon. I did not like that.
Yeah, there's also that. There's plenty of things we could talk about Trump on specifically, but like, I mean, are these things not enough? Like, I mean, what else would you need to hear to say that like, oh, I shouldn't vote for Donald Trump and instead I should vote for the candidate that's not as bad as Donald Trump?
I don't know. I don't know, Parker. I want to do the right thing, but
And I think
I'm
the
just
right thing
worried
is
about.
voting against Donald Trump.
Well, I mean, in my lifetime, I'm sure I voted for the wrong one before. Way back, I was Democrat, and then I last 20 years probably Republican. But I live in a Democrat state where it's been nothing but crooked politics, and nothing but welfare and craziness. And our House of Representatives, Raskin, is our guy, and only thing he's done, which isn't a bad thing, it is a good thing. He legalized the gay marriage for Baltimore, for Maryland, which I think is nice. But I mean, in a career
Curtis, thank
politician,
you for the 7-month subscription. Thank you, Curtis.
for us to have only accomplished that when there's all these problems in Baltimore, the police are very corrupt, very corrupt. I mean, I've seen the worst of racism, directly.
To you?
No, not to me,
Oh, okay.
but mainly through police interactions and
Yeah.
our police.
So, Matt, what's the point you wanted to make?
Oh, I just wanted to make a point about Social Security, if I could. It's just my dad is also on Social Security, so I understand your concern, but I think the way to look at it is in this way, right? Let's say we have Donald Trump and Joe Biden as a comparison. Okay, let's say both of them theoretically want to protect Social Security. Okay, let's just say theoretically that's the case. But look at the parties. You have one party that is the Democratic Party, which have made it an official party platform that Social Security is to be protected in its current form, and they would do everything they can to protect it and to not slash benefits. That's the official party platform. Okay. In fact, there is not one Democrat in Congress that I know of. Thank you, Robert, for the $2. There's not one Democrat that I know of in Congress that believes in slashing Social Security benefits. Not one that I can think of. Compare that with the Republican Party. There are numerous Republicans in both the Senate and the House that have made it a staple of their campaigns and of their ideology to not only cut Social Security benefits, but to totally restructure it so that the benefit amount and the age of retirement goes up and the benefit amount goes down. So even if you say that Joe Biden and Donald Trump want to, shall we say, improve Social Security, they are working in a Congress where only one party, and by extension, one president, is actually going to protect Social Security. And that's the Democratic Party plus Joe Biden. Because Donald Trump, he might theoretically say that he'll protect Social Security, but his party, the ones who actually make the law, are strongly opposed to the current way that Social Security is. And I guarantee you that if they had the chance, they would not only make the age of retirement higher, but they would reduce the benefit amount. So that's the dichotomy here. Not so much that it's Trump versus Biden, but that it's the party structures versus the Republican Democrats. And the Democrats also on Social Security are vastly better than the Republicans. So that's why I think you should vote for Biden. Is because you're not only voting for the president, you're voting for a party that whose fundamental message is that Social Security must be protected.
Well, but I did think that it was the Democrats that first instilled the whole idea of raising again the age to begin to.
That's been a Republican thing, right? Nikki Haley is the most recent Republican who ran for president, right? In this cycle, she wanted to raise it to like 67, I think, or 68, right? I mean, Biden and every Democrat criticized that. They said no, not if I'm in power. That's not happening. Right? That's the point, right? Democrats have made it as official of their ideology, just of like who they are in their political ideology, that the systems of entitlement that we have must be preserved and saved. Now, we can debate about how best to do that, correct? But it is an official party platform that these entitlement systems must remain a government system and they must be saved without any cuts and benefits. And that is simply not true with the opposite party, with the Republicans. They believe that Social Security and Medicare are at their base welfare systems that are not good. They want to cut benefits. They want to cut taxes that fund it, and they want to fundamentally move it to a private system that for many Americans will actually lessen their quality of life, particularly with Medicare. So that's the point that I think you should be making, because when you're really voting for is a party where if you believe in so much in Social Security, only one party is actually going to protect Social Security. And that's just the way it is.
And you agree, Parker?
Agree about what? Sorry.
That across the board, it's the Democratic Party that is going to protect Social Security.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for telling me that.
I mean, because as I said, that's a party platform. You can go to the Democratic Party's official party platform.
Like there are certain here. Let me clarify. There are certain Democrats that would be against it. Like I'm not going to dispute that, but overwhelmingly Democrats.
Yeah, I mean the only one that I can think of was
like Joe Manchin.
Yeah, Joe Manchin. But
it's always
Joe
him.
Manchin's leaving, right? I mean, he's leaving.
Yeah,
right?
W. Can we get a W for Joe Manchin leaving Congress, please?
So,
can we just get a W in the chat right now, please?
I mean, but look at some of the but look at not considering Joe Manchin. Look at some of the Democrats in the more red states, people like John Tester, people like Sherrod Brown, right? They are strong proponents of Social Security. Strong. Like they are like New Deal type Democrats, right? They wanted to preserve it as much as possible. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, right? The ones who are some of the most adamant about preserving it actually come from red states because they understand how much people in those areas rely on Social Security once they actually retire. And so that's why progressivism actually came out of a rural mindset, right? I mean, a rural Midwest mindset is where progressivism came from, because the working class needed these systems. That's why it came and actually flourished within the Democratic Party, and that continues to this day. So I'm just saying, Sharon, that if you're concerned, if your concern is Social Security, voting for Donald Trump is a vote for the Republican Party. And by voting for the Republican Party, you are voting to jeopardize Social Security by the very nature of the party.
Well, thank you for telling me. I do believe your points are well taken and backed with correct information. I had, that Marjorie Taylor Greene has a TikTok here. And I had followed her and written to her because every time she's on, she says, ask any question and all. And I had written to her about Social Security, and she didn't give me a 1 or 2 word answer. She gave me like a 5-paragraph thing about how bad it would be, if Biden were reelected for Social Security, and that
I'm pretty sure that Marjorie Taylor Greene has espouse conspiracy theories about it being like a Ponzi scheme and stuff. So I mean, that's what I'm sharing. They're like gaslighting you almost, right? They're making you think that they're trying to save it when they're really the ones who are trying to destroy it. Like that's what Paul Ryan did, right? I mean, Parker was too young to remember this, but I remember in 2012 when Paul Ryan was running as the vice president, right? His main issue was to privatize Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. That was his go-to issue, right? And that's one of the reasons why Mitt Romney lost, is because people were very scared about Paul Ryan because being second in command, because he introduced legislation in the House to actually privatize Social Security and Medicare, and he was there like Wunderkind, you know, I mean, like, he was the smart guy, right? I mean, that's the problem, right? I mean, and it has only gotten worse from there. I don't know of many Republicans, there are a few, but I don't know of many Republicans who are in the same way as protective on Social Security as the modern Democratic Party is.
Okay. Well, that is good to know. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming up and giving me more information.
Sure.
That's great.
It matters.
Why would you say now that you'd still vote for Republicans, given this information?
I don't know if I would. I mean, I believe 100% what is it Rock and
You call me
Live?
Matt.
Oh, okay. Matt just said. And I mean, you're right about just being lied to, and you have to watch your sources. But the reason I listen to this is because I do believe what you say, and I do believe when you bring Dean up and so forth.
Yeah, Sharon, as an example, right, what I would recommend you do is, if you have time, look at the budget proposals, okay, under Trump and under Biden. Look at the budget, okay, and look at specifically the section on Social Security. You will see, for example, that for a fiscal year 2025, which is the upcoming fiscal year, Joe Biden proposed an increase to Social Security. Okay, he proposed it to Congress. Okay, now because Congress controls the purse, all the president can do is propose a budget, and then Congress has to pass that budget. Which is why I recommended people to vote Democrat, because those budgets are more likely to get passed if a Democrat is in office, because they're the ones who want to actually pass a benefit increase on Social Security. It's only Democrats. I have yet to find a Republican that has argued for a benefit increase, right? Which is what I want. I want a benefit increase, but I'm also totally cognizant of the shaky foundation of Social Security, in that we might have to increase taxes, we have to do all this. I'm totally cognizant of that, right? But if you want a benefit increase, only one party will give you that. And that's a Democratic Party, and you can look at that by their policy proposals, because Democrats have proposed it year after year after year, and it always gets blocked because they never have a clear majority.
Wow. Well, I did hear recently, and it was probably through Newsweek, a little email or text or whatever saying that Biden, you may be seeing that increase happening, and it was Biden related. And I thought, well, he's just trying to slide something in at the last minute. Where's this been all along? But I believe you. I realize I just wasn't aware that all along.
Well, again, Biden can't do anything on his own, right? The president cannot by the Constitution, he can't just give out, a benefit increase. That must come from Congress. Which is why I'm telling you that the real issue, and also because you live in Maryland. But the real issue is not just for voting for Biden, but it's voting for Democrats in Congress, because they're the ones who are actually making the policy, right? Trump and Biden only influence the policy; they don't make the policy.
Right.
So
Right. Well,
that's the point, is that when you go to vote, right, and you said that you're in Baltimore City, so I don't know who your House candidate is, right, but the House is very close. Right now, only one person separates the Democrats from a majority. One person. Okay, so that means that if everything stayed the same and the Democrats won 2 seats, they would have a majority. That's how close it is. That's why it's important that people in these swing states vote Democrat, because all it takes is one person, one vote, and all it takes is one congressperson, and boom, you have a majority. And then you're going to get your increase, because they're going to vote on it relative to their budgets.
right.
The House, right? Because Sharon, I guarantee you that if the Republicans keep the majority, in the House and they gain the majority in the Senate, you will not see a increase. It will not happen.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. Thank you for that. And Parker, I should jump off here and give somebody else a chance to come up. But of course, I continue to listen and learn.
All right. Well, I appreciate
Thank
you coming
you.
up. Thank you so much.
Right, Sarah?
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, y'all. Let's go on to the next person here.
All right, Parker, I'm gonna head off, so I'll let you have the last.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, as always, man.
Bye, dude.
All right, y'all. Let's go to the next person. We only got about, 25 minutes or so left on the live, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 40.
Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
You bet.
And why is that?
Because just for starters, he puts America first, and he's proven that. He's not sending billions and billions of dollars to all this foreign aid, while the average American right now is barely having enough money to put
He
groceries on
actually
the table.
did. He sent billions of dollars in foreign aid when he was in administration every year.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, to Israel. Yeah.
No.
Multiple billions of dollars every year. Do you want to bet?
More than Biden, huh?
No, I never claimed it was more than Biden, but he sent multiple
Biden
billions.
spends money like it's
Along
just
with the
made
fact that his tax cuts specifically increased the burden on the middle class and the lowest quintile, and actually gave breaks to the top 1%, top 0.1%, and the highest quintile.
No. You know,
That's true. It's a distributional analysis specifically from the Tax Policy Center and the Joint Committee on Taxation. So you can sit there and say, no, as much as you want, but that's what the facts indicate.
but there's lots of facts too about how Biden is out of control and just spending money wildly.
Give me one thing.
Like I just said, how many billions of dollars has he spent in foreign aid? Way more than any other president ever has.
It's passed by Congress.
He's putting the United States in so much debt that your grandchildren's
Wait.
grandchildren.
How much debt has he put on? It's like
An
6
actual
trillion.
amount? I don't know, but
Patriot, it's like 6 trillion, right? And that's less than under Trump's administration.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh wait, we're talking facts.
Trump spent
right? We're
7
talking-
trillion.
Talking facts. It's all
Trump
about
added 7 trillion to the budget. To the debt. Phoenix, I
Well-
appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. You just leave? Wow, wow, dude. Wow, that's actually unbelievable. Can't believe bro left. He literally ran, like what? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
55.
Are you gonna vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah.
Why so?
Because if you're watching the soap opera, you would know that Donald Trump wouldn't put himself in the arena to open a can of worms that was going to cause him to be gone after. So if you just realize that this guy, Donald Trump, trying to break through the status quo establishment and open up this can of worms and take the heat like he's taken with this political prosecution and still standing. This guy's still standing. He hasn't left. That has to show you that he means business. No?
No, it just means he wants power.
Well, that's you could look at it that way, but otherwise,
Yeah. So
would
can you
he-
give me any
would
reason
he-
why you want to vote
would-
for Trump?
Why would he leave his lavish life? He's a billionaire, right?
He wants notoriety. He likes the attention. He wants a legacy, right? There are plenty of things, right?
Okay, so
We've
a
been talking about this for
narcissist-
decades.
A narcissist, like we most likely all would be if we had money.
No, not true.
Listen, a narcissist that would like to leave a legacy they would like to leave a legacy of good, right? Not bad. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Is
So
that-
again,
Do you agree to that?
what
That you would love to leave a good a good legacy, not a bad one, a good.
Well, it depends on what you see as good, right? And oftentimes it could be just for like who he values, right? And he might not value the average American, right? Especially if the average American clearly, right, isn't going to be the beneficiaries of this tax policy, of any of his policy. Can you name one policy that Donald Trump influenced get passed that benefited the middle class? Name one.
That's hard to say. He never got to finish his whole term.
Just name one. I'm asking for one policy.
He was in the beginning of trying to fulfill his legacy, which was to take court, which was his legacy. Listen, sir. His legacy was to do good things for the middle and lower class. He wanted to get the economy going. He wanted jobs back. He wanted.
Can I have one policy
at the border? Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, can I get one policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefited the middle class?
I don't know if he was ready. He was ready to do it in his second term. He was.
So he couldn't do it in his first? He's not good enough?
He was exposing a lot of stuff that has been
like his own corruption?
Polarized. No, he was exposing stuff, and that's why people
himself.
That's why he's being prosecuted. He opened up a
well, you ran yourself right.
No, I didn't. He's opening up a can of worms, so that's what's going to happen when he does that. No outsider. They don't want an outsider in office. Our establishment.
Yeah, because Trump is the outsider living in his penthouse using gold silverware.
He was and is the outsider.
Outsider of what?
The establishment.
You're joking, right, dude?
No, I'm not, sir.
Yeah, so how can you indicate that?
Because that's what it is. When you read about this 50 years later, you're going to realize what
Trump is crazy. Trump is going to look even more crazy 50 years from now than he looks now.
You keep on trying to persecute him.
I'm not even. No, I'm serious. I actually genuinely believe that the people in 50 years are going to look back like, holy fuck, that was a crazy time in our history.
Yeah, you're trying to say that an outsider wanted to actually do logical stuff with our government.
Just Human, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Not logical stuff. It is no. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
He is rope-a-doping everyone right now.
What? What does that even mean?
Do you realize he is putting himself as a martyr to show people he's actually doing
what
this?
What are you saying, bro? What the
He's showing
thank you so much.
Exposing the two tiers of justice. He's actually done this as a genius.
As a genius, you know, when I think of Trump, I think of genius. Yeah, you're so right, dude. So right. I think of genius. Right.
Thank you, Parker. No, he is a genius.
Dude, I'm trolling. Why? Are you serious?
He's been dealing with politics.
Are you kidding me?
Democrat. He's been a Democrat.
Do you actually think of intelligence when you think of Donald Trump?
He knows what goes on with this government. He was a Democrat. Do you realize this guy?
I don't care if he was a Democrat. He's still denying the election results of a fair and democratic election. He's still a proven sexual abuser. He's still a proven fraudster. His tax policy was taking money from poor people to give to rich people. His abortion policy, in the context of Supreme Court justices, led to 13-year-olds in this country being forced to go through pregnancies, and let alone tens of millions of different women to have a restricted access to abortion in this country, right, which restricts quality of life. He advocated for the death penalty, which 4% of people in death are innocent. He advocated for it to be illegal, that people should go to prison for burning the American flag for a year. Go to prison, right? For freedom of expression, right? For arguing against their government, right? What are you talking about, bro? He claims patriotic and American values, but then goes after freedom of expression. What are you talking about, bro?
Bro, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. And you will see that I am not blowing smoke up your ass.
What numbers?
The numbers of the polls. Why do we have?
Wait,
100
polls
million-
don't mean shit here. What?
Why is there
Polls are
100 million
not
people?
explanatory here.
Why is there 100 million people out of 330 million that really want to be on his agenda? Why is that? Is that weird?
130 million? What are you talking about?
No, I said, why is there possibly 100 million people out of 330 million that would like to see him succeed? Why is
There
that?
are not 100 million people. What are you talking about?
Well,
He
Yeah.
lost the election by 7 million votes to Biden and lost it to 3 million to Hillary. The only reason he won the election in 2016 was because systemic advantages that Republicans get because they're angry that people in rural communities would basically be not able to have any type of say, right? Because there's significantly less people there. So restrict people in big cities' ability to have anything what they hear say, or anything that they care about done, right? Because people in smaller cities want to feel more relevant. That's not democracy. That's not fair. That's structural advantages given to conservatives in this country to continue the same types of economic policies that have devastated the middle class for generations. Also, you have an echo.
I do?
It's like a little bit.
Let me
Swipe out of the app, swipe back in. It's still there.
is it
Admin
really?
Sesh, thank you so much. Yeah, you have to swipe out of the app, swipe back in. Wait, actually, I don't hear it now.
Okay.
Good.
I muted and unmuted. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not here to argue. I love you, Parker, and that's all I could say. Is I don't have all the statistics you have and all that. It's just
Christy, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you, Christy.
I think I'm just trying to say
616.
why. Because they'll say we're all the uneducated, and Trump loves the uneducated, but that's discrimination against the uneducated. I mean, I think
It's not discrimination to say that like Trump
yeah.
preys
What
on
if I had the
uneducated people to ensure that he
LGBTQ
can.
uneducated group or something.
You have no evidence
Why
to
would they
support
shut
that.
up? Why would
You
they
have
shut up?
you have no evidence or data to support that. Whereas we can actually point to evidence and data to indicate that like literally Republican voters are less likely to have as much education. Right? That's
And
just a fact.
Do you know what? The uneducated are more critical thinkers because they're not indoctrinated.
That's hilarious.
No, it's not hilarious. Think about it. The less educated you are by the
Yeah,
public
because you know
schools,
Trump supporters are known for their critical
the
thinking.
less indoctrinated we are. So we
Give me
are
a
more
break.
critical thinkers. Do you think
Give
of
me
that?
a break. Yeah, because Trump supporters again are known for their critical thinking.
You get critical thinking without
He's
indoctrination.
a proven sexual abuser. He's a proven fraudster. He's engaged in religious persecution. He quite literally has tried to gut universal health care in this country. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Naughty. Thank you so
Parker,
much.
I never seen
Right, as it
you
relates to
this
the
way.
future
Why am I
and as it relates to
beating
the
you in
context of the Affordable Care Act here in the
I
United
don't
States.
even want to beat you in this. But
What?
why are you acting like you're intimidated by me? Why?
Acting like I'm not what do you mean acting like
Yes, because you're rambling off to all that stuff that you
Thank you so
do.
much. Yeah.
You know
What's
it
wrong
by
with that?
heart. And
Late
when
night,
you
thank you so
start
much for the 6 month. I appreciate it.
rambling off your cue cards, what you don't need anymore, that means
I
you're
don't have any
being-
cue cards.
I know, but I'm saying when you
I
do
never
that,
had any.
it shows that you're trying to like get rid of me or that
No, I'm
thought.
giving you the reasons why I consider your view unreasonable.
I know, and you do that to show your crowd of people, but I mean, I'm not trying to beat you in this debate at all. I'm just trying to tell you this is what this is what's going on.
Yeah, I'm
And
not trying
I
to
don't-
beat or anything like that. I was just saying that these are the reasons why I say that Trump is not a good person to vote for. And Tracy, thank you for the $20. I appreciate. Oh, there's two different Tracys. Tracy, thank you for the $10, and the other Tracy, thank you for $10. Two different Tracys at the same time just sent me $10. That's so wild.
Tracy just sent me 20. Tracy, thank you for the 20. No, I don't have it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't even have my Cash App on my thing.
Yeah, obviously, I know.
But hey, can I be your co-host one day?
No.
All right. That's fine. I love you guys, you and Dean and Harry. So I'm done, I guess, because I said what I wanted to say. I appreciate you letting me up. And you relax and go to your next guy.
Appreciate it, man. Have a great day,
All
bro.
right. Take care, buddy.
Vote for Biden. Let's get the next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Yeah, I'm sorry, chat. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm just going to be upfront. I'm not going to ever have him on to co-host. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey Parker, I'm 29.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I just had a quick question. I try to type it in the comments. But can you dumb down, explain electoral college voting for me?
Yeah. Electoral college is essentially just each particular state gets a particular amount of votes for that state, right? Just for being a state, all right? And then they get electoral votes based upon population. So it gives a little bit more oomph to some of the states that have extremely low populations that are heavily rural.
Okay, so it just it helps I don't know, probably
Yeah.
Iowa
And it
versus
essentially
New
reduces
York.
the elections down to swing states. So really the votes that matter the most are the ones in the swing states like Arizona and Nevada and South Carolina, right? And in swing states like those, right? Especially like the ones in the Rust Belt, like Michigan and Pennsylvania is a little on the Rust Belt, but Wisconsin, things like that.
Okay. So why did they do that instead of popular? Okay, I guess you explained it, but
Sonny, thank you for the $10, and Jackson, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it.
is it because certain states are more populated with Democrats or Republicans that are way more
No.
popular?
The point I would just say is that it because rural areas are significantly more Republican, these types of structural advantages as it relates to the electoral college shift the vote towards Republicans. An individual in Wyoming has a multiple times greater proportion of influence than a person in California. Multiple times. Just because of the state that they live in.
Okay.
Sarah, thank you for the $25 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Sarah. Can we get a W, Sarah, in the comment section? That's crazy. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Do you think that is there another way to vote? Do you think that would have been better than electoral college?
Oh yeah, just literally based upon each vote's the same.
So popular.
Yeah, popular vote.
Okay. That sounds
And then
good.
I'm also for proportional voting as it relates to ranked choice voting. So third parties can actually be legitimate by saying okay, so this is how it works. Let's say I like Jill Stein, right, the Green Party candidate, more than Biden, right? I can put her as my number one preference, and then Biden is my number two preference. So if Jill Stein doesn't win, my vote still goes to Biden, and my vote isn't thrown away.
Okay, so and that's if you decided to vote for a third party. Is that what they're?
Yeah, that legitimizes third
okay.
parties and holds the two-party system significantly more accountable.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. I tried
right.
to look it up, and then online it just wasn't clicking. So thank
You're
you.
good. Don't worry. Appreciate you coming up.
Yep, no problem.
All right, let's go to the next person ever real quick. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. We got a little bit left on the live, just barely a little bit of time. Thank you for the hand. I appreciate it. 20, 30 more minutes. I might turn on sub-only chat here for a little bit. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 66, but I didn't mean to come in.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry. Appreciate you coming up.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I'm sneezing, chat. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Ron, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, let's get the next person. Plus you is crazy. Plus you is crazy. Let's get this next person up. Parker, do you have allergies? I actually don't. But chat, I don't know what it is. I think my algorithm might be a little bit better than what it was, to be honest. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
And are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
I will definitely vote for him. Yes.
And why is that?
The reason why, I heard a lot of people saying he's a racist, but honestly, I'm an immigrant from Africa, right? I'm an immigrant, but I don't believe that. He's an honest person. He just talk he's not a fake person. I don't believe that.
Yeah, so I think that both Trump and Biden are racist. So I take a pretty different view than a lot of people. So it's just gonna be like the older person like racism that we see, and like we have very clear historical examples of different things that they've engaged in that I would consider that way. But my point would be more based upon the fact that Trump's a proven sexual abuser. He's a proven fraudster. He's been lying about the election for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that he won. Dark Side Ginger, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Undermining our American democratic process, and the way in which we hold politicians accountable is through that democratic process. So we require that, right? He's also supported multiple Supreme Court justices in office that overturned Roe versus Wade, which is legal access to abortion in this country. Amber, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Which is also important and pertinent to say, like, people who've been raped in this country, who are literally minors, that would not be able to get access to an abortion because of their state's their state's abortion laws. Right. So there are plenty of things I can point to with Trump to say that he would be a bad candidate and someone we wouldn't want to put in office.
And do you believe in that, or it's just like for me, honestly, I don't.
I believe in everything I say. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm still voting for him, honestly.
Why do you want to vote for him?
That's what I said earlier. I said I believe in him. You know, he's not a fake person. He's an honest person. You know.
Okay, can I give you an example of him not being honest?
He puts American first. You know.
Can I give you an example of him not being honest?
Okay, go
He
ahead.
said that he wouldn't have sexually abused E. Jean Carroll, the person he was proven to have sexually abused, because she's quote unquote not his type. But then in a deposition, he mistook the person he was proven to have sexually abused, E. Jean Carroll, for his ex-wife at the time. Right? So how would it be the case that he's going to mistake the two, but then it was also his ex-wife?
Yeah. And
Or I mean, say that
also-
he wouldn't have abused her if it wasn't that she's not his type, but then also, again, looks similar to his ex-wife. So I was just trying to draw that association.
Okay, I will look more information. So thank you.
Appreciate it. Let's go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Let's get this next person up here. Everyone, do tap that screen. Let's run it up to 500,000 likes before I do end it. We probably have like 20 minutes max, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Maggie, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it, Maggie. Thank you.
I'm 20.
All right, are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Nah, I'm not going to vote for Trump. He was never my president. He never had a place in my life.
W, dude. W. Can we get a W? A W. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah.
Why so?
I'm actually coming on here to be a little worried about you. Are you okay?
Yeah, what's wrong?
You look really tired from all your previous videos and everything like that. And
oh, the bags in my eyes, they're genetic. I have them regardless how much I sleep. I could show you pictures of me when I was younger with the same bags.
okay, no. I was just sincerely worried about you.
Oh, no, don't worry. I get it all the time. It's not a big deal.
Okay, yeah. So
Appreciate you.
for your conversation, yes, I will be.
Yeah, so why are you going to vote for Trump?
Because he's literally coming across as that actually is coherent, honestly.
Really, he fell asleep twice in court recently. He mistook E. Jean Carroll, a person who was proven to have sexually abused his ex-wife, while also claiming that he wouldn't have abused her because she's quote-unquote not his type. I can point to plenty of things that he's mistaken as it relates to the context of names, places, right?
And AOC came over and was guiding Biden 2 days ago.
Guiding, doing what? What about it? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You have to guide your president of where he needs to go.
Sometimes, yeah. You say, yeah, some people guide me where to go is like, I don't know where a place is. So they tell me where to go.
Okay, that's called Google Maps. That's different.
So you're just saying I should use Google Maps, or he should have used Google Maps?
No.
Okay, then what should he have done? If he doesn't know where a place is, and
he-
she does, obviously she can tell him and show him.
Do you have a grandfather?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if that grandfather became too old to comprehend where he should go and not do you feel like you would help him?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You are a good human being. That does not mean that your grandfather should be the man that is responsible for the free world.
I'm not arguing he should, right? He's probably a better president than Donald Trump, but like and he's 94, right? So I'm not trolling. I would rather vote for him. And like
I probably would too, honestly.
Yeah, but like again, if we're gonna talk about age is gonna get both Donald Trump and Joe Biden. It's not gonna just get Biden because Trump's only like 3 years younger.
Yeah, so it's not about the age; it's about the cognizance.
Yeah, and Trump's not showing very much cognizance either, right? Like, I actually used to take a view that, like, oh, there's a huge difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump as it relates to cognitive ability, but I'm actually not even really, like, sure of that anymore. Like, I've seen so many clips of Trump recently, of him gaffing, right, all the time, and I've seen increasingly less of Joe Biden.
So, can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah.
Would you allow, if you were in control, would you allow a debate between Biden and Trump?
Oh, yeah, I would mandate it.
Oh, absolutely. Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they should be mandated to debate. And when I say debate, I don't mean like the fucking bullshit we have right now.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
agree.
I mean, like, actually put them in the fucking ring. Let's see them debate, for real.
I will agree. Yeah,
Like, I want to hear some reductios,
you.
bro. I want to hear some reductios.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be
absolutely.
great.
I would
serious.
love to see it.
I would love to host it because I don't know if I equally hate both of them, but I don't like both of them insofar as that I wouldn't be biased. I will be brutal towards both of them.
Did you just say you don't like both of them?
Yeah, I don't like Biden. I don't like Trump. I'm only voting for Biden because I think he's a better alternative than Trump, but I don't like either of them. So I will equally fucking drop off both of them. Equally.
Nice. Okay. I have not came into your channel enough to know what you represent, so I'm not going to judge you. But at the same time, I would like to question. I mean, I want to understand you.
Ozelot, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I just want to understand, like, what do you hate about Trump?
Well, I think I've mentioned a lot of them. He's a proven sexual abuser. He's a proven fraudster. David, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. He's been lying about the election for the past few years, undermining our democracy. I think a lot of people overlook that. That in of itself, right, is reason not to vote for him, right? Completely undermining our American democratic process.
Do you have bullet points in front of you?
No, I don't.
Okay. I was just making sure.
I just talk about this, so I know the answer to these questions because I answer it a lot.
I mean, do you feel that somebody that actually is in how many lawsuits? I mean, pick a number.
Like, he has like 88 charges or something.
Yeah.
He has like 4 indictments.
Yeah, agreed. Do you not see a red flag there that...
With his behavior, yes.
That they are actually targeting him for a reason? They don't want him to be there?
So, like, I mean, I obviously people don't want him to be there because he's a bad person, but I don't see how this indicates any political bias. Because if it was all just political bias, how come he wasn't held liable for rape rather than sexual abuse?
Well, he hasn't been criminally charged with anything in any.
He was held liable
case.
for sexual abuse.
Liable
and the criminal
abuse.
case is happening in like June, I think. Or not the criminal case, at least like the charges that they're looking over it because they were
That's
looking over the
actually a
immunity
civil
arguments.
case. That's actually a civil case.
Now the civil case was for sexual abuse, defamation.
Yeah,
and for
because
fraud.
Jack Smith
Samira, I appreciate the
could
subscription. Thank
not
you so much.
prove it.
No, it's because it was past the statute of limitations.
Okay. Statute of limitations is a very important law.
Yeah,
A
so you think
very
that he should be able
important
to get away with this particular action because it is the case that he quite literally did it like 30 years ago? So just because of the time?
Just because you slapped a girl on the butt like 15 years ago and you did that and that was statutory rape? I mean, I'm giving an example.
Do you not realize how gross of an example that is? Absolutely, that person should be held accountable. What the fuck? You don't want them to be held accountable?
So you've never been in a real-time bar in your life as a woman.
Don't normalize people literally abusing other people. Are you fucking gross? You're literally gross. Have you done it before, Chris?
No.
Then why'd you just
Because
normalize
I
it and act like
respect
it's all the
women.
time? Oh, so you agree Donald Trump doesn't respect women?
No, you're not going to turn my words against me.
Would you say a man that sexually abuses a woman doesn't respect them?
Have you ever had guy talk?
What do you mean by guy talk?
Have you ever talked about a girl like, oh, she's hot?
I talked about how I'm like having a good time in like a relationship with my girlfriend.
You're so full of shit.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? I've only ever been in like relationships. I don't like hook up with people and I don't like go to my friends being like, oh yeah, haha, I had sex with this girl. Like what?
That's not what I'm saying.
What kind of low fucking vibration shit is that?
Have you ever told another boy that you actually had a attraction to another girl?
Yeah, like after I started dating them. I never was
After?
like I'm not a person. Yeah, I'm never a person to like have like crushes and stuff like that. So I'm not just like constantly like, oh, this girl's so hot. Oh my gosh. I don't know. That's not me.
So
Amanda,
you
thank
don't
you for the
have
$10 on Cash App. Thank you so much.
You don't talk to friends about anything?
I do, just not about that, really.
Really? That's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Why would I talk about that? I'm in a relationship, right? I've been in relationships for the past few years of my life.
So do you talk to your girl?
Do I talk to my girlfriend? Yeah.
I mean, not
Why would
the journalist.
I don't talk to my girlfriend? Like what? Chris, what do you ask?
So what? So I guess my real question is, why are you on TikTok so hard against Trump versus Biden?
I've already given you plenty of reasons. Proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster, election denier, undermining our American democracy, right? He literally
You're
got multiple
looking
Supreme
down,
Court
bro.
justices.
You're looking at bullet points.
Do you want me to close my eyes?
Yeah, you've got to memorize because you keep repeating
So wait,
them. It's
yeah.
okay.
So he's a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster. He's been denying the election results for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that he's won the election. He has multiple Supreme Court justices that he's put in office that have overturned Roe versus Wade, that have restricted women's access to get access to abortion, right? Which has led to 13-year-olds not getting access to abortion, right? He's also, advocated for the death penalty. 4% of people on death row, right, are innocent. That leads to innocent people dying, right? His tax policy literally took money from poor people and gave it to rich people. Right? After-tax income decreased for the middle class, decreased for the lowest quintile, and increased for the top 1%, top 0.1%, and the highest quintile, right? You still want to vote for this guy after hearing everything that I've said repeatedly over and over and over and over and over and over and over again
I've got a
on the show?
question. I've got a question of why you know that by heart, and at the same time, you have done hundreds of these videos, and you know this by heart. So you covering your eyes doesn't mean anything. That little piece of paper in front of you is
Subscription, thank
just a reminder.
I don't have a piece of paper in front of me.
Yeah.
Swillness, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
And
Tanisha, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you very much.
Hey,
wait,
bro,
come on. I actually take it as a compliment. I take it as a
I'm not
compliment
going
that
to
you
take
think
it.
that I
No,
have like flashcards.
I'm giving you a compliment. I am very
Not
proud
really,
of you.
but
being
I'll take it inadvertently.
No, I'm being honest.
Yeah, but it's an inadvertent compliment. Like you're not technically like trying to give me a compliment there, to be honest.
No, you're a decent content creator. You know how to jive it. You know how to make it run. I get it. But you don't know the real life.
What do I not know?
You don't know what it looks like to be out here, come from the hood,
Leah, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much.
and you don't know what it looks like to get out of it and actually make something of yourself.
Night, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Or
all
not, I mean
you
the night
have
helmet.
it-
Thank you so much, Kim.
All you have right now is TikTok.
Okay, I mean,
If TikTok wasn't here, you wouldn't matter.
Animal, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, who cares, right? You consider me mattering or not. I don't care if you do. I'm not on here to get attention from you, to get like you care about how much I matter or something like that. I'm on here to give you facts about things that influence my life, my
But you're
family's
not-
life, and everyone
you're not
in this
giving
fucking
facts,
room.
though.
I did. I gave you plenty of facts, right,
No,
Chris? I
they're
consistently
your-
give facts on this platform.
You try to, but you
I don't just
give-
try to.
Then how about this? Every fact that you give,
Adrian, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
if I could make one request, every fact that you give, not a CNN, not MSNBC, not anything, I want you to
don't even
give
ever cite those.
true sources
I do.
of where you get your facts. And before you come on this platform, you actually give actual facts, because I can give you books that actually
Chris,
show facts.
Chris, have you ever gone to the link tree in my bio?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen the sources bibliography that is set up, right, by my friend Matt, who's a librarian? Thank you for the subscription.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Matt the librarian. He's on your side. It's opinion.
No, these are studies. He's literally a librarian, right? He has access to significantly more resources by the fact that he's a librarian at a major university.
Okay, so I can go be a librarian at a major university tomorrow.
Yeah, go get. No, you can't. Go get a few fucking masters and then try it.
No, you don't need anything.
You could be a
They pay
librarian tomorrow.
$15
You know
an
how long
hour.
it took me to be a librarian? Are you kidding me?
You
Ken,
can
thank
be
you for the
hired
subscription.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, Chris. What's the qualifications for a academic librarian? Come on, man.
Not much. Not much.
Not much. I have 3 terminal degrees. I'm on a permanent status track faculty position. Hello, it took me almost 7 years to get to my position that I'm at now.
And how is life treating you?
I mean, I'm socially mobile. I consider myself a middle class. I'm not like rich or anything, but I'm doing fairly well. And by the way, you were mentioning like Parker doesn't understand about like coming
Stacy, I appreciate
out
the
of
subscription. Thank you.
like coming out of like I don't know like poverty or something. I do, right? My dad was a construction worker. My mom was an office assistant. They were lower middle class.
That's like saying my best friend was black. Who cares?
I'm saying I have that experience, right? I made it, right? I mean, Parker's opinions are my opinions. We share a lot of opinions, and I have the same opinions. But yeah, I came from poverty almost, right? I came from a lower middle class area, and I know what it's like to struggle. What's your point?
I'm not diminishing your position, but I'm just saying that, yes, I came from very similar background.
What do you mean?
I came from the hood, Alabama.
Okay, that's great, and I hope you are socially mobile now and everything, and that you're doing well. I applaud you.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, then I applaud you.
Sierra, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much.
But I'm just, I mean, Yeah, but like back to the librarian point, right? The link tree that I set up in Parker for the bio stuff that I made has counterpoints to it, right? I include all studies. If it's studies that actually go against what my position is, I include that. Because it is a study, right? I just point it out. I say, this is a study that goes against this study. These might be some response.
So,
you know,
and not to interrupt you, sir. I just have a question. So is this a tiered system under Parker?
What? I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like you come in and you are paid by Parker? Because that's what I understood.
No, I'm not. No, I'm paid. No, I cut. Okay, if you're talking about the sources, right?
I'm just trying to understand. I don't mean to insult.
No, you're not insulting me. I offer my services, meaning that
Matt's literally just my friend.
Yeah, I offer
He's
him.
he's one of my best friends.
Yeah. I
Cool.
offer him my
I
He's
didn't
in
know
here all the
that.
time.
Hey, I say, Parker, hey, I am one of the privileged few that have access to knowledge, right? I create knowledge. That's my job, right? My job is to create knowledge. Okay, that's what I do for a living. I have access to sources that 99% of the public do not have access to. And so what I do is
Matt's
I say, hey,
DNC paid too.
yeah, exactly.
Soros, the whole works.
And so what I do is I say, oh, people want this study. Let me make it. Let me put it in my Google Drive, and people then can access it. That's what I'm doing. I'm providing access, and I do it not paid. I do it on my free time. By the way, something that my current partner, always says that I do too much of, that I need to have like free time on my own. But because in my free time, I do a lot of like study checking and a lot of bibliography management and stuff like that.
So can I ask you? I'll call you librarian based upon your name.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys continue to talk for a second because I have class. I literally have to leave here in literally 4 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
I've got like almost 14 minutes before class.
Yeah, you're good.
So just give me 1 sec. You guys can keep talking for a sec.
Thank you all for the gifts. I appreciate it. What's your
what's your position?
It's the same as Parker. I'm not a fan of Biden in the sense I'm like, yay Biden, but I vote for him reluctantly because I can't stand Trump. I think his policy positions are crap. I think his morality and behavior are garbage and totally just despicable. And you won't find me voting for Trump. So that's my position. But I'm not out here saying you should vote for Biden. I'm saying Biden's the better candidate, and because we live in a two-party system, just hold your nose and vote for Biden. But you don't have to be happy about it.
No. I'm not. I appreciate you. I mean, honestly, I appreciate you for answering that question. And I want you to understand that I vote for Trump for very similar reasons.
Sure, I understand that. And that's the whole point of this debate, is because we are hashing out why you feel that way and why I feel this way, why Parker feels this way, right? We're hashing it out. I'm not coming. I don't think Parker believes this too. I don't think we are here to convince you otherwise in the belief that I'm going to convince Chris from wherever that, he will vote for Biden. I'm simply arguing why voting for Trump is not a good thing. And we're going to argue the various facts and policy and points and all that fun stuff.
Valid.
All right, I gotta get going right now.
Yeah,
you go do your thing, man.
All right, I appreciate it.
Bye, Parker. Have a
Thank
good
you so much, y'all. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. I should be on tomorrow, probably around, what is it? It's Friday tomorrow, so probably 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's when my girlfriend will get off or go to class. All right, love y'all so much. I will see everyone tomorrow. Follow me if you have not already, everyone. We do these lives every single day. So make sure to check it out. Make sure to follow Matt as well. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, and peace out, everyone. Good night, y'all.